gonna drop to yellow, but yellow will be like following. If it goes red, that means you've gone offline. You just have to go back and fix it. Sorry? If like everything's connected now, so basically that goes down, it just means everything's connected. You have to wait for the game to start, and then it'll go back up outside. Oh really? Oh. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Brad. Let's do it again in 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute to the 2015 Creators Cup champion.
Would have been nice for him to give us this feed. This video. You're gonna need somebody on banner too, right?
The nightmare recurs to the Ohsweken Demons of Barrie Molson and Jason Crawford.
Congratulations to the 2015 Creators Cup champions, the Barrie Blizzard.
Inside the Barrie Molson Centre here on a Sunday, just in time for the championship banner unraising ceremony. And there it is. The first 100 fans in attendance got a replica one to take home the 2015 Creators Cup champions, the Barrie Blizzard. It seems to be rivalry weekend here. Last night, the first ever 4K broadcast in North America. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens. Later today, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady will renew their rivalry. And how about the one that's been brewing for a couple years now, the Barrie Blizzard, the Ohsweken Demons. Just a few seconds ago, up on the video board, they did show the final goal of the Creators Cup Championship, scored by Jason Crawford in transition to beat the Ohsweken Demons for that Creators Cup Championship last year. And what a rivalry it has become. Ohsweken Demons, Barrie Blizzard comes your way next on CLax TV. Matthew Carrick in for the call. And alongside our fabulous JVI Sports Network crew, we'll take a quick audio break here. And we ask that you join us for the Canadian National Anthem. We've got a young school here, and they will be singing that for us. And then game action comes your way next, right here from the Canadian Lacrosse League. kids from the Margaret DeVille School here in Barrie, Ontario. Every time we come to the building, it seems like a celebration of lacrosse in Barrie. And let me tell you something, folks. It was a celebration last year. The Barrie Blizzard, reigning Creators Cup champions, getting ready to do it again. They did drop their first game of the season, coming to their home barn now as they get set to open the 2016 campaign in, for my money, one of the top fan bases in the Canadian Lacrosse League we've ever seen. Of course, save for that one slight blip on the radar that was the CLax road trip out to Cobourg a few years ago. Matthew Carrick alongside our crew. CLax action from the Barrie Molson Centre underway. Mike Gillen, the opening face-off, as it'll be blown in. Brent McCulley's the crew chief today. Mohammed Ershad and Mark Patton will be the technical official as they try to keep the boys in line. Not a lot of boys to keep in line, as a very short roster here for the Ohsweken Demons. A lot of ink on the page, including the additions of Max Antone and Luke Smith. As early on, the goal in behind Rance Vigneault. Already 1-0 for the Demons. Didn't get a good look at who that was. See the starting goaltender, Rance Vigneault, in the net there. Another face-off here. One of the notable absences is Mike Atwood, who was also out of the lineup on Friday night out in Oshawa. The Durham Turf Dogs playing back-to-back. Marty Hill, I think, they credit with the goal. Chris Atwood all alone down the floor. Chase Martin getting the start here. It was him in this building that nearly stole the Creators Cup championship for the Ohsweken Demons, coming on in relief, as now the Demons are going to bring it back in. The behind the back pass goes straight for Luke Smith. His shot into the feet of Vigneault. He picks up and he'll go for the captain, Spencer James. First real offensive set now for the Blizzard here in their barn for 2016. The last one gotten down there by way of face-off, and it was pretty much a scramble as well. Mouse Henry, Roger Kreisler looking for a better effort from their Demons team here today, as it was a rough go on Friday. Running through the crease was Rudy George. Did not have control of the ball when he did so, as the pass comes back from Mark Antone. Running into it, though, Mike Gillen. He's going to end up with a breakaway. A number of fakes. What a save from Martin. My goodness. Whipping the right arm out there. Able to make the save on Mike Gillen on the breakaway. Mike Teeter now. He backs away. Goes to the far side. Jason Crawford, the hero last year. His shot goes wide, so the shot clock ticks down to 10. Here's Teeter ripping one. Martin drops low. And the word from Mouse Henry, they are going with Chase Martin because of his success last year. Didn't play all that great earlier on this season so far, but he did like him in the building, so we'll see if there's any magic left in that crease. Over to our right for Chase Martin. He did say it will be a short leash, though, for Jake Lazor, who's in behind, as the bounce shot from Johnny Ray finds the back of the net, and we are tied up here. Just over 2.5 gone in quarter number one. (19-11) final score on Friday night. Durham Turf Dogs taking it to the Ohsweken Demons. Well, the bus was a little bit late, if you want to make the excuse. The Demons didn't get the proper warm-up they normally would, but they're back at it now. Here's Caleb Wiles. To the far side, a huge outside shot from Shane Scott, who had a monster game to open the season against the Ohsweken Demons. Pardon me, I said Barrie dropped their first game of the season. It was a 14-12 victory in the season opener at the ILA. Fans, if you're in the Barrie area, check your local listings. Steven Stamp, Ron Ruff, they're about 25 feet away from us here down at the other end on Rogers Television. That game will air in the Barrie region at a later date as they record here. And without the stick, Ashton Jacobs gets all over the ball carrier there, and he's going to be called for the hold down in the corner. So first penalty and power play of the game as Ashton Jacobs is going to go off. And trotting out wearing number 30, Travis Seabolks, called up this morning, I believe, was part of those Barrie Blizzard changes to the roster. As now Shane Scott, Caleb Wiles in the corner, Mike Teeter. All of the names very dangerous as they go over to Seabolks, thanks to Shotton Martin with the save. I believe it's Zach Tompkinson down in the corner who exploded from the second half on last year for Barrie. Scott's shot from up top bounces off a body and goes wide. That's going to allow the Demons to pick up the rebound, and Josh Becker runs out. Caleb Wiles is going to draw a holding call now as he got up over the shoulder, and Brent McCauley's arm is in the air. Over and back as the Demons come over the restraining line. And that'll send Caleb Wiles to the box for the hold. 2 years ago, of course, the Barrie Blizzard, after that massive mid-season turnaround, were out in Niagara facing the Lock Monsters in semifinal number 1 of the Creators Cup Championships, and it was Caleb Wiles' substitution call. Looks like Wayne Hill jumped out to try and join the rush, and the Demons now will go into penalty shot territory if they take one more penalty, which is a dangerous situation here because a lot of new faces on the bench. A lot of new faces over on that Demons bench, pardon me, who may not be used to the CLax rules like off-ball slashing or things of that nature. So keep your eye on the Demons defense here as they're a minute 11. Oh, what a save again from Martin, again going to his right as they get it down low. That was Dustin Caravello. Shane Scott now, his shot rings off the pipe, and it's going to be an outlet pass. Trying to run for it. They want Vigneault to come out, and he stands his ground in the crease as Chris Atwood was running down the floor. Most points and goals in CLax history. Number 77 right here. Perennially a MOP MVP candidate, as now Shane Scott's going to get an opportunity. All over Martin, he does it again. Oh, brother. Chris Atwood looks like he goes back in the crease, though. No call, as I guess they're going to rule the ball did not come outside the line. Pass goes for Mo Bissell. Bissell with 2 to beat. He's now going to pull it out, seeing that there's 21 on the penalty clock. Tompkinson chases him to the wall, though. Shot clock down to 10. Bissell gets around Tompkinson, who fell. Lost the stick in the process, and then lays the body legally into Bissell. And that should do it for the first penalty to Ashton Jacobs, as he now leaves the box. Teeter on this side of the line. Very close to that center line. They saw the penalty box door opening, but that was to get rid of that errant stick from Tompkinson. As here comes Teeter. Up for Jason Crawford, playing the top man here on this 4-man set, 4-on-4 for the next 14 seconds. This one bounces close to, but not in the Demons bench. So Ashton Jacobs will go try and pick it up. Getting back to that semifinal game in Niagara, which we will after this. Blue Hill, oh, in the crease. Mohamed Ershad right there to make the call. Down the near side, here's Tyler Roche. She puts the brakes on. Caleb Wiles out of the penalty box. They haven't found him yet. He'll take the top position. As now the in-home player comes out. Back to 5-on-5 with 8:44 to go. Big hit in the corner. I believe that, I want to say Ian Martin, but why would he be the in-home as it comes back for Mike Gillen? Gillen on the crease, diving, scores. What a goal from Gillen. Mike Gillen on the crease. So I believe this is another look. Watch him come off the wall, straight down, one to beat, and diving away from the goaltender. He'll go to the face-off dot now, make it 2-1 for the Blizzard, about a minute away from the officials' timeout point on the clock. Gillen on his wrong side, switches hands, switches back now to his natural orientation. As Wayne Hill took it into the corner, took a bump for his efforts, now offloads the ball to the far side. Over the restraining line, Josh Becker with the swim move. Back for Martin, the bounce shot scores. Watch the set here, a bit scrambly as Becker, he's been known to dive, and the box kind of collapses a little bit as Martin's going to end up with the ball back up top and just sees the shooting space open and elects to run the bounce pass in, bounce shot rather, for the goal. Also today, CLax TV 2 with Spencer Tanguay as a corkscrew shot goes in. Is that Jason Crawford now? Making it 4-2. We look to the bench. We told you it was going to be a short leash from Mouse Henry. Not looking at Chase Martin right now. It's, I want to say a funny play, I guess, as Martin got the start today. They showed the overtime winning goal, and the bench looked at Martin. Come on, man. As they definitely gave it to him for giving up what ended up becoming the second annual overtime goal to win the Creators Cup Championship. Unfortunately for Demons fans, they were both against the Demons team. Kevin Sullivan 2 years ago for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Jason Crawford this year. How about that snipe from up top? Caleb Wiles, ladies and gentlemen. Wiles kind of gets lost here as he goes up to play for that loose ball. And Steven and I talked about this on Friday with the likes of Chris Atwood. Wiles is turning into a pretty big shooter. You got to respect the space. And they forgot to do that on Caleb Wiles. Here's Ross Smith chasing that one down. As we were saying, CLax TV, Channel 2, live now from the Meridian Center as the Lock Monsters play the Southwest Cyclops in the second half of their home-on-home on the weekend. Oh, what a pass there. Tyler Roche over the shoulder. He now bangs into Ashton Jacobs, jars the ball free. Pardon me, it was Wiles as Teeter finds Wiles in transition. The shovel pass and another great save from Chase Martin. 14-11 Southwest final score on Friday night over Niagara as they go back at it again. Spencer Tanguay the call. A reminder that all games are available anytime on demand at the CLax YouTube channel. This will be an over and back call, but it won't be called as hustling back on net and scoring is Jason Crawford with another. And what's your definition of short leash now? Couple quick ones, including Crawford here. Nice job to tiptoe around the crease. Dances to his left to keep the head of the stick in front of the goalie. Keep all options open, and shot and a goal. We're in officials timeout territory now. Next non-goal stoppage, I believe, should be the officials timeout with 6 minutes to play here in period number 1. 5-2 Demons. It's going to be bumped ahead, and 3 Ohsweken players are going to rush out with it. Becker from his wrong side rushes in. That one's off the left foot of Rance Vigneault, and it ends up off the screening. Wayne Hill will come in. Wrong personnel on the floor for the Demons as they hustled back. It was Luke Smith hustling back to the bench. Almost a substitution penalty, but did get to the correct door as Atwood takes that shot, which was saved. Rebound comes back. Oh, Vigneault. Great positional save. Officials timeout. We've got a holding call to Spencer Janes, as we do have the timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout and be back. Outside the break, 5-2 Blizzard. CLax action from the Barrie Molson Centre. Live action back underway outside the officials' timeout. Spencer Janes for holding. It lasts all of 12 seconds as Chris Atwood snipes the power play bomb. Inadvertently credited Jason Crawford with 2 goals. Those were Shane Scott's goals in that first little flurry. As Chris Atwood on the power play. Makes it now 5-3. Early movement from the Demons gives it to Barrie. Josh Becker with a pair of assists. And we look down the QEW, 4-0 Niagara Lock Monsters early on in their game against the Southwest Cyclops. Again, that game available on CLax TV 2. Colin Boucher in his return to the Barrie lineup. Gets a shot on net. Those bright orange, I believe, Buffalo Bandits gloves, as he's been in the NLL for a little bit. Ken Aaron is going to drop this one. Tompkinson nearly runs over him straight from behind as Ross Smith comes in to help out. Everywhere the ball is, there is Ross Smith. Or so it seems. Here's Atwood down into the corner. They got one behind the net. Corey Thompson goes there. Atwood, oh, he does, and beat the shot clock and then grabs the face mask of Ross Smith. And Spencer Janes in there to play peacemaker. Atwood's going to go, but he gets the goal. It was very close on the shot clock. And then Atwood grabbed the face mask of Ross Smith. I think we're going to get another look at this. And should include the skirmish after. Keep your eye on the shot clock if we can see it. Oh, I believe this is the Gillen goal from earlier, pardon me. And it appears we don't have that look. 4 minutes to go. As we've seen Chris Atwood do that before, though, and it was Zach Tompkinson a couple of years ago that jumped Atwood at center floor after he came out of the penalty box. Hat trick for Shane Scott, 13 seconds. On the power play this time. If you're a power play player, don't expect to be on the floor too much here in this game. Straight snipe, Shane Scott. 6-4 for Barrie. Here's Mike Maudsley cutting in now. Maudsley out of the corner. First points of the night for Michael Teeter, as he had 7 in the season opener. As he comes back for Wiles. He goes over the shoulder, having to play it off the glass. There was Maudsley. Oh, through the air for Wiles, and he lands in the crease. My goodness, that would have been spectacular. Got a ways to go, though, to top what Jesse Guerin did on Friday. Pardon me, Dylan Goddard scored from his backside. And the Offensive Player of the Week nomination should go to Dylan Goddard. As a shot and a goal comes in, Mo Bissell had a quick look back to see what the whistle was, if it was confirmation of the goal or the crease violation, but they do keep the play alive. And I believe we've got another look at that one coming up here as watch. Bissell just off the corner, finds his space, goes in and scores. Under 3 to play now. Demons are back within 1. Ashton Jacobs, I believe, contact there as Gillen will now be awarded possession. And Barrie tries to get one back. Caravello to the far side. Ian Martin is down the floor. Spying him is Gillen, so effectively a 4-on-4 as the shot comes in. Save made by Chase Martin. Across the restraining line they come. Huge collision there, as I believe that was Gillen stepping up on his man off the errant pass. It's Corey Thompson. Gets it up top. The shot comes in. Vigneault down low. Picks it up. Rebound for Gillen. He can't duck under the low bridge of Atwood. And now we're halfway through the 10-second count. Corey Thompson stands up Ross Smith, spins off that, and works over center. 2 to play as Wiles retrieves this pass. Just takes a shot. There's no Blizzard players on the floor as they rush off. Almost an offense-defense set here for the Blizzard as they lost, their 40, 50 feet, whatever it is, between the benches as they sent everybody sprinting for the change. Here comes Tompkinson. Up over the line, looked for Wiles and way out of his reach, and then made no effort to do anything after that ball. As it bounces straight to the Demons as they walk in. Mo Bissell gets bumped down there by Caravello, who definitely can handle his own in the defensive zone, as well as all the offensive things he can do. Ian Martin has this one drop out the back of the stick. Tompkinson wasn't sure where it was. Atwood gets it, the corkscrew shot. He's got the hat trick. And there's the finger waggle. The first time this year we're seeing that one. Just outside and 1 minute to go. In quarter number 1, third goal of the game for Atwood. And credit Rudy George on that Mo Bissell goal. Looks like he's been credited with his first CLax point. Martin lifting the right hand up. And making the save. Trying to get you an update now from Niagara, where it's 5-0 as another goal comes in. This one from Max Antone. Get the ball, his first as a pro. And I believe Blue Hill went to try and get the ball, and it was flipped away by Jason Crawford. Those two exchange words on their way to the bench. And here's another look at the goal from Max Antone, and that drew a huge round of applause from the bench. Double whistle. I think there was early movement from Ashton Jacobs. As we're into the final minute here, Demons with their first lead of the game. Here comes Johnny Ray. He gets pushed outside. Zach Tompkinson, of course. The Demons did score the opening goal, but since then it's their first lead. As Teeter over the top, he goes for Boucher, who's been taking a lot of offensive sets here. One of the best defenders this league has ever seen. 8 seconds to see what Luke Smith can do. Bounces it to the far side, winding up for a huge rip, and that would have been in time, but now the horn goes to end a dramatic first half. 13 goals in 15 minutes as the Demons lead by 1. Rematch of the 2015 Creators Cup Championship happened in this building. They raised the banner, and a 1-goal lead for the Demons as they look for revenge. Quick timeout, and we'll be back. Second quarter action comes your way next from the Barrie Molson Centre.
Right here at Barrie Molson Centre. Tickets start as low as $14.50 for adults, $7.75 for children and seniors. Visit box office for more details.
All right, kids, it's time for a Red Line Range, where one lucky family going home with a $25 gift card courtesy of Red Line Brew House. But first, I want to see your best dance moves, and the fan who has the best moves will be going home with a full stomach of wings. So let's see those moves, man. All right, grab on camera there. You're our winner for the $25 gift card courtesy of Red Line Brew House.
Fans, make sure you join us just down the road at Red Line Brew House. We're going to be having an after the game party. That's Red Line Brew House just down the road.
Second quarter action underway. Teams have switched sides as Vigneault is now down in the net to our right. They bear down on Chase Martin one more time. Do the Barrie Blizzard as they control this face-off. Matthew Carrick alongside our JVI Sports Network crew giving you CLax action all season long. As Martin looked behind and couldn't find it again. If you're in the Barrie viewing area, we are live on webcast, Rogers TV in the house, filming via tape delay this game that you can watch later on. Steven Stamp, Ron Ruff with the call, give 4 goals to Chris Atwood on the day. He started to come alive in the second half out in Durham. And now one of the top players in CLax history is coming alive here once again. Goalie change now as Neil Roberts jogs in. Rance Vigneault will get the chat from Brad MacArthur. Sporting the Glenn Healy bucket. And lowering the shoulder and the boom, I believe. That's Tyler Roche. Oh, he's going to go to goal. The shot. Oh, Martin goes with him, makes the save. What an individual effort there from Tyler Roche. As there was almost too many men, or a substitution call, pardon me, as now Roche does come to the bench. Caravello nearly jumped early as Roche faked to the bench and then went. And Vigneault already in backup goaltender mode as he now holds Caleb Wiles back from jumping early. Here's Caravello. Up top, backing away as Teeter gets to his correct side before taking the shot off the dasher. Straight to himself to Wiles on the crease. Took the shot, Martin the save. It's still Barrie ball though. Shane Scott flips for Caravello. Caravello looking for help. It's Teeter all alone on the wall. Looking to come back for Crawford. Intercepted. Here's Blue Hill. These were the two that got into it after the earlier goal. And then Crawford into the back of Blue Hill as he goes for a bit of a carpet burn ride. And the trainer had gone in full sprint. As it comes back for Atwood. Atwood, the shot and the goal. Oh! 5 goals in 17 minutes now for Chris Atwood. The man who once had a natural hat trick in 58 seconds. As here's another look. As this will be from the restart. And you can see all the space that Atwood gets. He was coming off the bench as the Demons snuck a change in. And no one picked up one of the most dangerous men in CLax. Earlier today, the most hated man in CLax, Dylan Lord, released from the active roster by the Niagara Lock Monsters as the transactions were announced earlier today. Nick Grasby activated by the Southwest Cyclops as he's in action at the Meridian Center, as Mo Bissell in action here, scoring as the Demons are on a run. 10-6 now. 5 straight. Pardon me, 6 straight now for the Ohsweken Demons. And 8 of the last 7 goals. Pardon me, 7 of the last 8 goals that were scored in this game. Going back to the 5-minute 11 second mark left to play as Ashton Jacobs. He was trying to get the stick sorted out and he got run over by Cody McLeod. Jacobs in the crease now. They try the long bomb pass looking for Ian Martin. Bissell was all alone. Maudsley caught up to him though. Here is Bissell and Maudsley. Bissell the ball carrier, those bright red shoes as he goes over the top, takes a couple whacks. Bissell now for Becker. He takes the shot. Roberts goes with that and makes the save. 4-goal lead for the Ohsweken Demons, 12 to play here in the first half. Dustin Caravello down into the corner for Shane Scott. Ashton Jacobs. Shane Scott is going to lift it back, looking for Wiles. Josh Becker goes with him as Wiles retrieved the ball. Shot clock down to 6 though, as Wiles trying to get one and it's just wide. This one's going to end up in the seats, as the Demons will look to reset. Koger giving chase as Atwood has the ball. Rob Koger will get right out on the hands of Atwood, and as he tried to cut back, he falls. Still trying to play with the ball. as Corey Thompson comes in to help out. Ross Smith, he falls with Ian Martin. Martin goes after Koger, a bit of a tug in the jersey, no call. As Koger from his backside trying to beat the 10 count, and does. As it now turns into a rush led by Zach Tompkinson. Tompkinson for Crawford. Check to make sure that was in the correct side of the pocket as he dishes for Teeter, and now we'll head off. Here's Teeter looking to go low on Martin. Martin drops down to make the save as it rolls into the corner. Atwood on Teeter. Teeter to the X position in behind, and that one out over center. Spencer James was back on defense as Ian Martin had thoughts of the fast break. Martin in position to pick up the ball, though, as Spencer James almost literally has the ankles broken as he falls. Oh, how many moves was that from Blue Hill? Missed one earlier, and yeah, James is limping off the floor, goes straight to the trainer, grimace on the face, in behind that beard, as we'll keep our eye on the captain. That move right there that drops James, and coming to the near side, beautiful finish from Blue Hill. Gillen back to the face-off dot against Jacobs, and again, Jacobs runs away with it, but without the ball. Here comes Scott. Rudy George on him. Looked like McLeod cutting through, couldn't find him. Gillen still with it. Lifts that one high over top of the net. As McLeod goes back to play for it, and crease violation here against Barrie. So under 10 to play now. It's a 5-goal lead for the Ohsweken Demons. Game that was once 5-2 for the Blizzard. 9-1 since. Atwood again. Part of the reason for that is it goes off the glass straight to Martin. Make it 10-1 since that point in the game. A few years ago, the Demons tried to do this against Angus Dinley on purpose. Bank it off the glass, Harlem Globetrotter style. This time, it doesn't. Same result, although the unintentional flip off the glass, and Brad MacArthur has called timeout. It was Roger Chrysler with the speech last year. And it'll be Brad MacArthur this time in the ear of everyone down there in the gray and purple. Southwest Cyclops on the board now, but trailing 7-2. Jordan Dance with both Southwest goals. Corey Fowler with a 5-point now afternoon as he's assisted on the most recent Phil Caputo goal. Again, Spencer Tanguay with the call. That game available on CLax TV 2 and available on the CLax YouTube page in its entirety on demand following this game. Alex Frazow, the director down there. Jeremy Hogel directing alongside us up here at the Barrie Molson Centre. A fantastic day for sports and sports entertainment. Fantastic weekend for sports and sports entertainment. As out of the timeout, we'll see what Barrie can do. Glad to have you with us from the Barrie Molson Centre Canadian Lacrosse League action. Home of the Barrie Colts of the Ontario Hockey League. Colin Boucher gets the ball back up for Barrie. It's going to be Gillen coming off the wall, finds Shane Scott fresh off the bench. He wings one over the top of Ashton Jacobs, who had to duck out of the way. The shot's going to come in and turned aside by Chase Martin. We're down to the 5 count as Mo Bissell. It's a couple whacks from Johnny Ray, now turns back aside. We've got Atwood on the floor on his wrong side. He doesn't care, still gonna rip. Roberts making the save as Vigneault remains on the bench. Got the start. 3-on-2 though here for Barrie. Flipping back, and Maudsley. Pardon me, it's Crawford who lands in the crease as he got turned around. Ian Martin down the floor, 2-on-1. Johnny Ray, as help came, slid over, and that one's gonna go up out of play, and they're gonna say it's off the Barrie player. The Barrie bench said it was off the Ohsweken player. Of course, both benches playing the role of official as the ball starts in the corner. Brought out by Ken Aaron. Josh Becker now, he comes off the bench. Backpedaling away is Chris Atwood on Caleb Wiles. And Becker stripped. It's going to be a 2-on-1 here for Barrie. If they can get to the bench, maybe 3-on-1. But it's Ross Smith leading the charge. Oh, Wiles breaks the turn and the shot. Then gets up and gives a cross check to his man, Travis Seabolks. Seabolks got the stick of Becker tied up in his feet as it's going to come back for Seabolks. Faked like he was headed off for a change. Floats the pass to Caravello. Martin out of position. What a recovery as he's keeping his team in it right now. Here's Martin. Quick up the floor. Atwood on one side of the boards. Huge ton of room for Maudsley to cover by himself. And Roberts helps out by making the save. And then off the stick as Crawford got the stick in the way. The ball didn't hit the stick. It was the follow through of Atwood, which forced that ball high exactly the halfway point of quarter number 2, which means the next whistle we should be taking the officials' timeout. 12-6 in favor of the Demons. Sidearm shot goes in on Martin as Josh Becker down the far side. Another 2-on-1. He's got Mo Bissell with him, but again, it's the defender for Barrie. Came back there first, I believe Shane Scott that time, as he gets it for Tyler Roach. Roach back for Wiles. Oh, faked pass and shot a couple times, maybe one too many, as the shot then without much room as Wiles looking to go after Ashton Jacobs as they're still tied up. They're the two in front of the crease. Here's Tompkinson as Jacobs slides off him, and then a backwards whack. Oh, a massive two-hander from Caleb Wiles, and they're going to call both of them as they were both off-ball slashes. Ashton Jacobs doesn't believe he's going, but he is. His was a lesser of a chop than Wiles's was, and Wiles and Blue Hill have words. Not sure that we ever did finish the point from the semifinal in Niagara a few years ago. Caleb Wiles actually took a 5-minute major and a 10-minute misconduct in the first half, then scored 6 goals in the second half. And when they needed him most, he took a double minor and a game misconduct way late in that semifinal game. It was the best and worst of Caleb Wiles, but it's everything you get when you put Caleb Wiles on the floor for your team. Of course, MVP of the shot, Roberts making the save on Rudy George, but George gets his own rebound and quickly goes up for Blue Hill. Hill has been feisty here in this one. This one bounces for Rudy George now. George around the screen from Blue Hill. That one goes up into the screening. And it goes off Neil Roberts. Oh, the pass to the man behind the net, intercepted by Neil Roberts. And Barrie, as they work it up, will make a change and turn it into a 3-on-2. Seabolks backpedaling away, passes it straight to Bissell. And this should be good. One of the best offensive players, one of the best defensive players, one-on-one, Atwood and Boucher, and he won't let us see the matchup as he rolls it away for Luke Smith. Back for Atwood, though. Boucher was still on him as he went to the net. It did hit off Roberts, And the bench of the Demons wants them to hold things up here. Atwood not going to oblige as he shoots it high off the back glass. Oh, no goal in the crease as he came down, and he's right in the face of the official. I think that is the right call, though, as when he was in the air. And the conversation continues. Here's Teeter. Teeter, a sidearm swipe as the penalty box door is open and empty, and that will be the officials' timeout. We'll take a quick break. Demons are rolling here, doubling up the Blizzard. They whistle play in, and the Demons will start to work down the floor, led by Mo Bissell as he takes a huge chop. Eight-goal run now for the Barrie Blizzard, for the Ohsweken Demons. Barrie is 15 seconds away from going an entire quarter without scoring. It was the 3:55 to play mark of quarter number 3. Or number 1 rather, as Caravello takes the shot, and that would have been it, as they will right now match the 15-minute goalless drought. Here's the shot from Bissell that Roberts turns away. Roach with a man all over him. We'll see who gets the penalty here, and it is going to be Bissell for holding, as Roach just shrugged him off and like a dirty sock threw him to the floor. As here's Dustin Caravello with the shot and the goal. Some beast mode work from Tyler Roach just outside the defensive restraining line. 3:37. About 18 seconds longer than an entire quarter to end that drought. 8 straight for the Ohsweken Demons, and 10 of the last 11 goals, a 10-1 run after it was 5-2. We'll see if Barrie can get some momentum here, as effectively a 4-on-4. Boucher marking his man down the floor, as Maudsley got a little close. He's called for being in the crease for the knock there on Chase Martin. Don't believe there was any intent there, just got feet tangled up. As Boucher and Atwood marked against each other again. Atwood sets the pick on Cody McLeod and now rolls off it. Boucher trailing him as the shot comes from Becker. In for Neil Roberts. Makes the save, works to the far side of the floor. As I believe that's, pardon me, Seabalks or McLeod, one of the two anyways, running off for the change. Here's Wiles, takes the shot. Oh, didn't miss the side by much. May have hit the glove. And trying the Josh Donaldson dive play was Caravello. That one just bounces high, goes off the glass in behind the Barrie bench. So the Demons work in. First shot was wide. Mo Bissell now on the second attempt. Dumps it for Becker. Becker over the shoulder for Bissell. This one off the backboards. That's going to hit the rafters here. Low for a building this side. It is a lower rafter and definitely a lower scoreboard, as they've got screening in front of it on either side. As we've seen some teams, usually Durham gets caught by that, as they have that huge cavern to play out of out in Oshawa, the General Motors Center. After today, the Ohsweken Demons have all their travel games taken care of. They do have away games. Oh, Martin again making a save, as Mouse Henry said he's been good in this building. How about that for prophetic? Here's Ian Martin with the shot and taken down possibly from behind after the play. Martin still down in the crease, and I think it's Johnny Ray getting the call for cross-checking. Yeah, Martin, I think it's just the rug burn, as he's paying a lot of attention to that right leg area. And now the Demons will burn their timeout. Minute 30 to go before halftime. We need to send a word of apology out to the Barrie Minor Lacrosse Association. We had an interview with their under 17 D Division Field Lacrosse Provincial Champions, which we were unable to get loaded in time to play here. We had some technical difficulties in our booth, but we will try and get that for you. A couple players. And one of their presidents were up here in the booth with us, talking about their program and the impact the Barrie Blizzard have had on Barrie lacrosse. And if you're in the Barrie area, Barrie Minor Lacrosse.com to go sign up. I know a lot of minor programs all over Ontario are now undergoing registration, so if you're of age to play, check out your local program. They would love to have you, and even if you're not, please continue to support minor lacrosse in Ontario or wherever you're watching worldwide as we broadcast to the masses from Barrie, Ontario. Interception here from Spencer James. Remember, timeout is gone from Brad MacArthur, as Atwood is limping off in behind the play. Boucher down with him. And some great work in the corner for Rob Koger. He looks up for the score clock. 53 seconds now on it as he tries to beat the double team. Ball stripped by Blue Hill. Blue Hill, Kenny Aaron go after Koger. Koger still in with it, trying to use the feet. And it's a triple team now as Ian Martin comes in to help out. Chase Martin wants some of the action, as Barrie offering Koger no help and no support. It is pulled out though here by Kenny Aaron. 24 seconds on the clock and 19. There's a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so this won't be officially last possession. They'll leave Chase Martin in the net. 10 on it now as Bissell goes to the far side. No Atwood on this set, as we saw him limp off earlier. Here's Blue Hill. That one reset the 30 so they can end the period here, but racing after it. We'll see what Crawford can do. Can't catch up, and Ian Martin faked like he was gonna lay him out, but it won't happen this time. How about the first half for the Ohsweken Demons? The Blizzard came out guns blazing. Chase Martin leading his teammates here with a great first half performance after a bit of a shaky start And how about 5 goals for Chris Atwood? 15-minute timeout from the Barrie Molson Centre. Conversation time in the rooms. We'll be back. You're watching CLax action from Barrie.
Back to the floor, your 2016 Raider Cup champion, Barrie Blizzard.
Back live inside the Barrie Molson Centre. Chris Atwood back on the floor, still with a little bit of a limp in that left leg. We'll see if that affects his play at all. 5 goals, all his only points in that first half. Barrie starts man down for the first 30 seconds. A 7-point afternoon for Corey Fowler out in Niagara. They lead 9-2. That game just about the exact same spot where we are. Mind you, you can watch it on CLax TV, Channel 2. Visit CanadianLacrosse.com. And you can have your pick of games, of course, multimedia. Watch the repeats for our coverage all year long. Here's Atwood, make it 6. That one just rolls through Neil Roberts. And goaltending was the question mark for this Barrie team. Rance Vigneault, as we said, lifted midway through that 10-1 run. Neil Roberts now in net. Patrick Pollock is the third goaltender. Angus Dineley reigning MVP of the league in the house, although on the Barrie holdout list. As he was honored before the game, receiving his championship ring in a pregame ceremony alongside head coach Brad MacArthur. Of course, they did those for real at a dinner banquet earlier this year. Well, in the off season, rather. It was the 2015 calendar year. This shot skips off the back dasher up into the crowd, and that's a lot of balls that have gone out of play here today. Most of them on this side, as all the fans are sitting across from us so they can get shown on your screens at home. And, of course, the big one here at center floor inside the Barrie Molson Centre. Mo Bissell rips a shot that Roberts drops down to save. Rebound right to his defensive help. Oh, what a goal the other way. That's Seabolks. They're asking for the ball. I think it is, in fact, Travis Seabalks, wearing number 30, the first of his pro career. And as we comment on the number of balls leaving play, how about 2 for the trophy case? 1 for Travis Seabalks here today and 1 for Max Antone over the shoulder. A fantastic goal earlier on in the game. Face off here that Jacobs is going to win straight back through his legs. Picked up by Gillen. Gillen will go to the front door as Barrie took their draw team off the floor there. Behind the back, 10 on the shot clock for Barrie. They're just going to surrender possession as Josh Becker comes in. Chris Atwood rolls to the front door. Bissell is there already with 2. Here comes Becker. Becker takes the shot as they run down the far side. Racing in. Oh, what a shot from Caleb Wiles. So he got everything into that one. As Ross Smith now chases Ashton Jacobs. 12:24 remaining in the period. Third quarter, 13-8 is the score in favor of the Ohsweken Demons. Here's a shot from Bissell. That comes in. Roberts pushing Bissell out of the crease after making the save. It comes up for Wayne Hill to Blue Hill over to the far side for Chris Atwood. Again, still on the hobble. Looks like somewhere in the left leg or the ever popular lower body area. Here's Wayne Hill looking for Blue, who's the cutter, and Neil Roberts out of his crease to play that one. Just going to launch it up over center, and Chase Martin is going to come out to play for it. Dustin Caravello there. And they call that a shot clock violation against Ohsweken, as it must have been tipped over center by Barrie then. 10-4 now, Niagara over Southwest as Jordan Dance completes his hat trick. DeFrancesco with the other one, and Corey Fowler with point number 8 off 10 goals. We said it was going to be tough to beat what Jesse Guerin did on Friday, but Corey Fowler making a case for it, although the majority of his points are assists, as Guerin had, I believe, 4 and 4 for his 8 points on Friday. Pass comes up, Tyler Roach, his shot into the arm of Martin. Shane Scott was right there awaiting the rebound. There was none to be had. And Josh Becker up for center, and there's Roach racing back. Under 11 to play now. Still a 5-goal lead for Ohsweken after that, like we said, 10-1 run. As Becker down the far side. Back for Ashton Jacobs, he scores. Here's Ashton Jacobs, the 14th Demons goal, as he's just going to come straight down the middle. And there's the shot. Trying to figure out for you who's in net in that Niagara game, as they signed Zach Bowen earlier this week. Doug Buchan was released to the NLL holdout list, and Jay Priest was activated to the active list as well. So if it is in fact Jay Priest returning against his former team, one of very few players left in the league who has not changed a team until earlier on this year when his rights were traded from Southwest to Niagara. Here's Bissell getting filled in by Boucher after releasing that pass, as Atwood couldn't bury. How many times have we said that over the past 5 years? Here's Shane Scott looking down low on Chase Martin. One rings off the shin guards, and then Chase Martin will get that off the glass. Atwood is not 100% as he jogs down Blue Hill the wrong side of center, as that's an over and back violation. And I'm going to say Tompkinson, I believe. Trying to make Atwood turn on the jets, and he wasn't willing to go. Here's Caravello. Bounces straight for Johnny Ray. Thought about the through the legs. Elects the one hand around the world shot. Went in for a shot as Max Antone gets taken out into the boards. Here's Johnny Ray looking for it again. It bounces off of Caravello. Straight to another man. Caravello with it again on his correct side now. Back over for Teeter. Teeter, he's got Wiles on the crease. Oh, the corkscrew shot as he's frustrated he didn't get that one away. And now him and Martin have words. Wiles puts the brakes on to go back and have the final say. As the Demons set up on offense. 8:41 on the clock. 14-8 lead now for the Demons. Shane Scott's going to run past everybody. Takes the shot and Chase Martin the save. And Scott gets up slowly as he's going to head off to the bench here. Connor Danko is the confirmation, the goaltender of record in that Niagara game, allowing just 4 goals so far in what is still a 10-4 lead for Niagara. Atwood flips back for Ian Martin. 3 of those goals scored by Jordan Dance. Ian Martin into the corner for Atwood. Shot comes from Wayne Hill. May have bounced off of Mike Gillen as Gillen goes to chase this one. He's in on Rudy George, and it's Gillen getting the worst of that as he falls in on the boards. Lifted back down the floor quickly by George, realizing they were late in the shot clock. And 7:44 to go. We're about 15 seconds away from officials' timeout territory. There's Teeter. Had space, but stepping up nicely was Ian Martin. So Teeter backs away. Now looks to cut around. A nice slide by Rudy George. Intercepted and brought down the floor by Ken Aaron. Aaron. Oh, cut back to the other side, and Roberts had stood tall and just nonchalantly dropped the stick down in the way to make that save. We are now in officials' timeout territory as ball comes back for Max Antone. Antone for Becker. Becker to the wall. Bissell now, he works the far side. As they were looking for Becker, who was cutting through, under 10 on the shot clock. Bounces straight to the Demons. Blue Hill gets the shot. Roberts goes down to meet that, and another souvenir. As they want the quick change here for the Demons as they'll get the ball back. Wayne Hill up for Atwood. Hidden ball trick there with Luke Smith. He's now going to flip it off for Blue Hill. Here's Becker, who stayed on that switch. Becker around the corner, takes the shot. That one off the left arm of Roberts. And on the whistle, the interference call will get the officials timeout. 6:20 to play. Demons still with a big lead. Back inside the Barrie Molson Centre. Second in 2 days now for the Barrie Blizzard. Of course, second of the weekend for the Ohsweken Demons. Barrie dropping the decision in Durham last night. Turf Dogs 13-9 victors there. 5 points on the night for Mike Teeter. And the hat trick for Vredenburg. Here comes a shot from Shane Scott. Oh, pardon me, it's Crawford who now tries the diving play, and that shot goes wide and turned over here by the Demons. Another one where Neil Roberts got the start, and Rance Vigneault called on as a substitution. Minute 33 left in the third quarter, so both of these goaltenders seeing double duty action. And of course, we had the doubleheader on Friday, doubleheader today. Caps a 5-game in 3-day weekend here, week 2 of the Canadian Lacrosse League. Ian Martin just beats the shot clock, but nobody home to collect the rebounds, so Barrie Blizzard will get another shot. This will be a tripping call, it looks like, against Ian Martin. Late in the 10 count, though, Johnny Ray can't get it over, and Ian Martin will indeed draw the trip. And Barrie just struggling for any kind of traction as one goal here or there. And as we said, 8 unanswered. 8 minutes and 46 seconds into the game. It was 5-2. And then 10-1 run for the Ohsweken Demons. Now a 13-3 run from that point on. Pardon me, 12-3 run from that point on. Again, Mouse Henry before the game said Chase Martin, something about this building, he plays well. Well, he got it right again today. Here's Corey Thompson. About 20 minutes left to play in this one, as we've got an entire quarter left, and we'll switch back to the orientation in which the Barrie Blizzard had their success in this game. That coming, of course, in that first quarter. Here's Teeter. He'll go up top for Wiles. Back for Scott DeCaravello as the big boys are down there now. And Ian Martin turns that one aside yet again. 1 minute remains here in the penalty, but it's going to be a turnover here for Barrie. And it'll be Scott from the far side as half the line got off. He flips it over for Caleb Wiles as they fake the hidden ball play. Back for Scott Caravello. Scott taking top position now as Seabolks goes to the crease, as does Teeter on the far side. Here's Caravello, the shot. That one rings off the left shoulder of Martin and down. Becker's just going to ice it as coming out of the net to play it is Neil Roberts. Goes for a bit of a run, and now Roberts quick up the floor. There's Seabolks already with one, shoots just wide as Scott's going to go over and play safety valve. Keeps the play alive. 15 on the shot clock as Scott's up top. His sidearm shot, and that eludes Seabolks. And it'll be over and back, Blue Hill closest. And now as it rolls into the corner and turns into Roberts being close, it will be called the over and back. Shane Scott been on for a while here, and he's going to stay on as he ran past his own bench. As in that timeout, when we took the officials' timeout, Colin Boucher, Spencer James leading the conversation. Rob Koger was in that as well as all the big boys. And now I believe this is Johnny Ray losing a step, and it's going to be a tug on the arm of Ian Martin. And they want to slow things up so they can get Chase Martin onto the bench. And he'll just get there in time to take a quick sip. And it will be a penalty, I believe. Pardon me, it's Rob Koger. Inadvertently called Johnny Ray. As Ray now comes back to the floor. Atwood up top. Another power play here for the Demons. Only just one goal on the power play so far, that coming from Atwood. As they spin and fire, make it 2 from Ian Martin, completing his hat trick. As Atwood now adding an assist, what should be an assist to his total, will get penalties behind the play as Johnny Ray heading off here as him and Chris Atwood got tangled up, and both of them will get unsportsmanlike minors. Seven-goal lead now for the Demons, 15-8, with 2.5 to play. As Gillen goes back to the dot against Ashton Jacobs. Normal face-off man is Mike Atwood, not in the lineup. They have been using Vaughn Harris a few times this season, also not in the lineup. Tompkinson rushing after Josh Becker, so face-off duties is fallen most of the day to Ashton Jacobs. Shot from Rudy George well wide, as running under it was Ian Martin as it fell straight for Caravello. Here's Gillen all alone. He's got Shane Scott trailing, trying to catch up. Rudy George gets the stick check, not gonna matter. Here it is in transition. Mike Gillen, his second goal of the game. Oh, a little tap there. Close to the crease, but I think he did remain out. And just like that, it's down to 6 goals. Looking across the floor, Chris Atwood, Johnny Ray, former teammates in St. Catharines with the Saints, still conversing over there. Looks like a chuckle though, so nothing too egregious. Nice pickup by Mike Gillen from the crease, looking to lead Colin Boucher. Scoring threat, Colin Boucher looks top corner, and that one off the shoulder of Chase Martin. And Boucher will jog back down the floor. Ian Martin brings it across center. 1 minute left in this floor orientation, as once we hit the fourth quarter, they will switch sides again. Oh, falling is Corey Thompson. What a goal there. We'll have to see if Steven Stamp still likes Max Antone for play of the game. One-on-one on the corner, spin around, trips a little bit, and then as he's falling, still gets the shot away and gets it in behind Neil Roberts. .49 on the clock. Jacobs crouching in again, trying to gain a bit of a position. Was that Caleb Wiles on the faceoff? Interesting look for Brad MacArthur. Here's Tompkinson. They work to the far side. It does look like Wiles as he leans on Wayne Hill, and then tried the dive shot. Atwood out of the penalty box. Roberts out to meet him, not the play he wants. Oh, gets back in time to stone Ian Martin though. 20 seconds remains in the quarter as Wayne Hill, they're pulling the goaltender Chase Martin. It was not a late call, but a late realization. Blue Hill will be the extra man as he cuts to the middle. 4 on the clock, rolling, oh, just wide. As Dustin Caravello thought he had one there. That'll do it for period number 3. Barrie Blizzard dug themselves a bit of a hole, trying to claw out, but it was the first period where they had their success. We return to that floor orientation when we come back. CLax action from the Barrie Molson Centre. Neil Roberts remains in net for the Blizzard, except this time manning the cage to our left. And down to the right, Chase Martin. One more time, Zach Tompkinson hard on Ashton Jacobs as we still debate who's going to get first possession off the face-off of this final quarter. It is last call inside the Barrie Molson Centre. Oh, Neil Roberts. That's one way to get the ball away from Atwood. He's done that a couple times, and I don't know. Think it's going to catch him at one point. Oh, taking the hit, getting the goal. Tyler Roach, though, back the other way. They'll take that as Tompkinson comes to the floor to retrieve his bucket that was lost in the corner. The goal from Tyler Roach as another one for the trophy case. Seabolks with his first. Roach with his first. And now Max Antone with his first. It's a good day to be a scorer. Caleb Wiles bounced off the first man hard enough that it knocked Corey Thompson to the turf. Spun around the second. He now gets the ball back after it was briefly in the stick of Teeter, and they score on the far side. Is it Ross Smith maybe on the goal? Not sure who it was, but they get the ball again. The trainer's got one in each pocket, and she's trying to figure out where to put the third one now. It is, in fact, Ross Smith from Wiles and Teeter. And just like that, Barrie down by 5. Not only do they believe it can happen, but the fans also do. How about Smith taking the hit, passing to Maudsley, and his shot just goes wide. Rolls into the corner for Smith again. Coming back for Tompkinson. Tompkinson, he'll pass over to Teeter. Big pick there to get Ashton Jacobs out of the way. This one will go back over center. Chris Atwood steps in front of Shane Scott to negate the over and back. Oh, what a pass there for Ian Martin. And Neil Roberts keeps the shoulder on the crossbar. And that one able to make the save. In the corner for Becker. Tompkinson chopping at him. It's going to be pulled out by Colin Boucher, though, as Boucher runs down. Up for Teeter. Still effectively playing 4-on-4 as Seabolks has another. 16-13, here comes Barrie. Storm warning in effect. 2.5 minutes here in period number 4. Barrie's put together 3 goals. And the energy starting to pick up here inside the Barrie Molson Centre. Down by 4. Teeter again, we haven't heard much from him in terms of points to this point, but now he's got 3 assists, assisting on the last 2. They dish it back for Caravello. He backs away down into the corner. Shane Scott rips and scores. Oh my. Make it 4 on the day for Shane Scott. How about the pass from Caravello? Effectively picks 2 defenders out of the way And way early duck down from Chase Martin there, as the second half timeout will be burned by Roger Chrysler and Mouse Henry here. Chase Martin so solid through 3/4 of this game. The goal total now up to 13, but I don't think you can hang most of that. Again, 12 runners, 12 and a half when you consider Chris Atwood has been out there on the limp for almost half an hour now.
We would like to congratulate Sharon Durham, who is the winner of our door prize contest. Please head over to fan services to claim your prize.
And he will stay out there. A much tamer timeout than the one we saw on Friday night. Barrie, of course, still has their timeout. But there's 12 minutes still on the clock, a 3-goal deficit. Barrie had to come from behind the last year, or pardon me, Ohsweken had to come from behind last year to force the overtime. Here's Wiles as the Let's Go Blizzard chant starts up inside BMC. A reminder that the Lock Monsters and Cyclops are in action. 13-5 now for Niagara. Spencer Tange with the call of that game. Roach picks it up in the crease, takes a quick shot on Martin, but it is a crease violation. So here comes Ohsweken trying to stop the bleeding. They had a big run of their own early on, a 10-1 run at one point. Barrie with momentum their way now. Spencer James goes after Atwood. Back for Ian Martin. Martin with room to shoot as the wall pushes him to the outside. Oh, still got a shot away. Just pulled out by Koger. Near side for Teeter. Teeter crossed the floor. Shane Scott with a room to the net. And Wayne Hill went with him to push him out of the way. Travis Seabalks looking, hat trick. Oh, there it is. Put a name bar on that jersey. Three in the game for the rookie, his first game in CLax. And two huge goals down the stretch here. And we told you it was going to be a short leash. Well, they're at the end of the leash now, as it is going to be Jake Lazor coming in for Chase Martin. Here's Teeter. Wiles. Only 4 out there right now as Shane Scott is late to the party. Here's Teeter, the goal! 16-15 now. Try and see who this was. Just a straight cut through the middle, and that caused the disruption as the rebound showed up. Welcome to the game, Jake Lazor. My goodness. Mike Maudsley on the goal now. Wiles with his 4th assist. Teeter with 4 as well. 3 of them in this mini run. Comes back for Caravello. Ball up for grabs. It's got to be picked up, not batted at. And I believe that's why they call the crease violation there against Caleb Wiles. Again, just 12 runners on the floor for the Demons, many of them new players who may not be used to CLax rules, or what could be more important, the stamina it takes to play a full 60 here in this league with all the running. Max Antone has one already. Huge hit there. Door opens for Mike Teeter, and the second skip, the English just took that away from him. Blue Hill down the far side. Every time these two teams meet, something spectacular happens. And we're within one goal again. Ian Martin, huge shot off the backboards. Neil Roberts not sure where it is. Rob Koger took his man to the turf. Roberts down floor. Scott one-on-one scores. We're tied. For the first time since the 14-minute mark of quarter number one, the score is knotted at 16s, or at least it should be. We'll see if the score clock is right. There's the finish from Shane Scott. And now it does go up. 32 goals on the day between these two clubs. 16 aside, 9 minutes to decide it. They went to overtime last year in the Creators Cup Championship, and on the day the banner came down, seems fitting like we'd have a repeat of that game here. Here's Teeter. Outside the restraining line, works it into the corner where Wiles is. Wiles, a couple of huge fakes, now switches hands. Now backs outside, Ashton Jacobs on him. Oh, that should be a moving pick on Taylor Roach, but not called. Off the pipe. This one's gonna bounce the length of the floor, and Neil Roberts looks like he'll take any chance he can to get out of that crease and play the ball as it comes back for Teeter. Here's Mike Teeter. Huge pick in front, opening the shooting space for Roach, as Roach now trying to get down floor with Atwood. Atwood picks up, tried the cheeky change up, but it was off the leg of Roberts up into the screening. Again, the energy in this building just took off as the crowd's starting to get into it. Roberts to save into the corner for Atwood. Comes back up top, Wayne Hill the shot. Rebound over to the far side, and we've got a penalty here. It's gonna be a high sticking call. Is it Mo Bissell going off? As Roach in the corner picking up the pieces. The bucket went flying, he went down. And this is the last thing the Demons want, as Mo Bissell to the penalty box. 2-minute high stick, nearing the officials' timeout. It'll start with Caleb Wiles. Wheeling around the top, Wiles the shot, Lazor turns that one aside. Rebound picked up with speed. Here comes Kenny Aaron, he's gonna dish off. The shot, Roberts stands tall. Teeter with the rebound, eventually corrals the rebound. Officials timeout territory now as it goes for Wiles. The quick release shot there, Lazor makes the save. It rolls right to Shane Scott though. Either Scott or Caravello. I believe it's Caravello in the corner. He's dealing with some kind of a cramp, it looks like. Still gonna stay on though. The shot and the goal from Teeter. First lead for Barrie since the 12-minute 4-second mark of quarter number one. You can see the ball movement here. Floor basically cut in half as Caravello was hurting on that far side. Not sure what the issue with him was, but the first goal of the game for Mike Teeter, usually one of the guys they depend on to get a number of goals and points, comes with 6.5 to play. Scott and Wiles on the assists. Scott now with 7 points in the game, and Wiles with 6, 5 of those assists, and it'll be a 10-second violation against the Demons to take us to the officials' timeout. 6:31 to go. Barrie Blizzard have the lead back. Folks, take a breath. We'll be back. Another offensive set here for Barrie. They have the momentum the first time since the first period, as here's the shot from Roche. Stepping up was Tompkinson, left Ian Martin alone as he went to retrieve that. It did go off the crossbar. As Jake Lazor remains in the net, makes that save, corrals the rebound. 1 goal lead for the Barrie Blizzard, 17-16 with 6 minutes left to play. This is the game. Didn't look like it for much of that start as Ian Martin falls and shoots wide. That you should have tuned into. But of course, there is another one to talk about. Niagara Lock Monster Southwest Cyclops, Meridian Center in St. Catharines. Here's Ian Martin, the shot. Goodness, Neil Roberts has stood tall here during this stretch. Falling and getting up slowly. Not getting up, actually. There's rolling around on the carpet. Looks like, is that Ian Martin? Thought about getting up again, and now with the trainer coming out, it's Josh Becker. And seems to be in some discomfort. He tried to get up and get off a couple times, but every time it did not work as he now goes down. They're paying attention to the lower body on the right side, that leg, maybe the foot area. And is this a cramp or are they going through the motion test? It's hard to tell from where we sit up here, but that does give us a chance to check in on game number 2 again on CLax TV, Channel 2. Josh Becker gets to his feet. A little bit worse for wear as he gets some help from the trainer off the floor. 15-6 now is the score for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Craig England with 4 goals in that game. Corey Fowler continues to put points up. Nine points by our count here in that game. That is the number to beat on the weekend, as Jesse Guerin did the same on Friday night. Shane Scott making a case for Offensive Player of the Week yet again. Big pick there from Seabalks. Dropped Ashton Jacobs with no call. His shot goes in. Lazor the save. And then Jacobs straight for Seabalks, gave him a shot. Goes over to the far side. Caravello. Oh, that one bounced between the legs of Lazor before going up off the glass. Caravello will get it back. Wiles. That's the corner. Oh, from his belly, gets the shot away. And Lazor with the save. That one goes high into the screening, and Wiles gets up slowly. Brad MacArthur wants them to spread the floor. It looks like is the call. They do just that over far side for Seabolts. And it'll be intercepted. Again, effectively a 4-on-4 in that offensive set as there were two down this way. Kenny Aaron into the corner. Ian Martin was one of those. Him and Jason Crawford were hanging out down in this end. As Corey Thompson passes over for Wayne Hill, running under the rebound that went sky high. Ian Martin. 4 to play, 1 goal lead for the Barrie Blizzard. They're up 17-16 here at the Barrie Molson Centre. Mo Bissell gives for Ian Martin. Martin now over top of Crawford, passes back for Bissell. He looks 5-hole, and Neil Roberts makes another save. Outlet pass down the floor. Oh, what a pickup for Jason Crawford. Looked like he touched it in the crease. Ran through trying to play it anyways. It is now an 8-goal run for the Barrie Blizzard. That matches the 8-goal run that the Ohsweken Demons went on earlier. Last time, Blue Hill steps in the crease. Last time Ohsweken scored was with, 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So it was a full 15 minutes earlier for Barrie. And closing in on that mark here for Ohsweken. As they start to gasp a little bit, maybe on that bench. Shot from Caravello rings off the pipe. Seeing a lot of 22s here in the dying minutes. Bounce shot attempt now from Shane Scott. That one gets caught up in Lazor. He's going to wrap this pass around his man. As here comes Luke Smith. Transition opportunity for Ohsweken, and as Neil Roberts has been finding his confidence, you can see him stepping higher up in the crease, and he makes another save there. Wiles, number of fakes before the goal, and he took a late shot, so Wiles gets into the ear hole of Ian Martin. But it's a 2-goal lead off this finish. A dandy from Caleb Wiles. Just his second goal of the game, if you believe that. And we go back to the face-off dot. Jacobs and Gillen again. And Gillen looked like won the face-off, batted it back to Koger, who's having difficulty getting it to settle down. Tyler Roach now with an assist to go along with that goal. As here's Scott. Teeter, a late arrival as he comes in now. Again, a lot of 4-on-4 here. As there's a pair down the floor. Ian Martin, it looks like Cody McLeod. Here comes the shot. Oh, beat the shot clock and almost rolled through the legs of Martin, but it just goes wide. Looking to come up over center is Corey Thompson. Thompson back up top. Rudy George now looking for Mo Bissell. Bissell with Boucher on him. Bissell to Atwood. He had ran out of room. So shot clock ticks down to 6. McLeod, look at the job he's doing on Chris Atwood as McLeod now looks for the clock. What a defensive set for Cody McLeod, but interference is going to give the ball here to Ohsweken. Ian Martin, Mo Bissell. Is that the break that Ohsweken needs? In front, no it's not. It's going to bounce too far rather for Rudy George. Up for Tompkins and Teeter all alone. He's going to get the break and the goal. All of a sudden, Barrie doesn't feel so bad. They didn't get that possession call. Worked out of the corner. Goes up for Tompkinson who corrals it, and you can see how wide open Mike Teeter is. One of the last guys you want to leave that wide open, and you can see we're nearing the 60-second mark of regulation time. The hill getting a little steeper here for the Demons as the Blizzard have found their wheels. Blue Hill. It bounces off of Ashton Jacobs, and they're trying to release Ross Smith. He gets run into there by Bissell as Lazor hustles back into the play, and no attempt to play the ball there from Lazor. So he just went after Ross Smith. Smith rolls it all the way back. It's out of the reach of Maudsley. Maudsley looks like he's just almost had words with somebody on the bench. Now Teeter does. So he gives a fist bump to Ian Martin. Keep your eye on the benches here. Looks like a big chuckle from Teeter though, so it may be okay. They're discussing this possession call, 23.3 seconds on the clock, 19-16. It will be a penalty shot for Barrie. I think the call might be on that with the goalie out. Lazor went after Ross Smith. And it'll be Shane Scott to take it. 10-goal run for the Barrie Blizzard. Shane Scott already with 4 as he gets his instructions. Jake Lazor already with his. Scott to the far side. He'll now cut back. Faked high, went low, and it rolls through the wickets. Give Shane Scott 5, make it 20 for Barrie. Not that long ago, the Niagara Lock Monsters, when they were rolling over everybody, they used to hit 20 on a regular basis. And it's been a while since we've seen that number. It may have been that Niagara Lock Monster year, but goodness gracious, the defending champions. They should go to 2. They will go to 2-1 here on the season. The Ohsweken Demons back-to-back losses here in week number 2 as the fans salute the boys on the day that they handed out rings and raised the championship banner, and everybody rushing to meet Neil Roberts. He'll get his first CLax victory, a well-earned one as well, as Spencer James wants another souvenir ball. This one for Neil Roberts, who replaced Rance Vigneault. That was the big question mark, was between the pipes here for the Barrie Blizzard. A number of huge, huge saves for Roberts down the stretch, and Angus Donnelly walks down the tunnel with a huge smile on his face. 20-16, your final score from the Barrie Molson Centre. The Barrie Blizzard knock off the Ohsweken Demons. The second time this season they've done that. However, the Ohsweken Demons will travel no further no further east than the QEW the rest of the way, as they'll play either ILA, St. Catharines, or Paris from here on out. A reminder, Niagara Lock Monsters, Southwest Cyclops on CLax TV2, and of course 5 games to get caught up on from this week. And what a week it has been here in CLax number 2. Quick check of the schedule. It is a bit of a weak one here for CLax as we look ahead to next weekend. 2 games on Friday. Barrie will travel to Southwest to face the Cyclops. The Durham Turf Dogs at the ILA against the Ohsweken Demons, who I imagine will have a lot of practice to do. That'll do it for our audio coverage. We'll leave you with some images inside a very celebratory Barrie Molson Centre ball toss time on the blue turf. The Blizzard pick up another victory. Our director today has been Jeremy Hogle, producer Gary Morrison. On behalf of them and our fantastic crew and everyone involved with the Canadian Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk to you next week.